Hello everybody, it's Dr. Kellie Cassidy here, clinical psychologist and owner at Cassidy Psychology in Mount Pleasant and Canning Vale. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. I am building on my theme that I've been posting about this week on our Facebook page, which is to do with Random Acts of Kindness Week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about kindness today and why it's important and what we need to do with our children to ensure that we're raising children who know how to be kind and compassionate. So kindness, we know, is good for our mental health first and foremost. When we're kind to people, it actually nourishes us as people, and that's a really important thing. Kindness means, I guess, being friendly, being generous, being considerate of others, being compassionate and empathetic as well. So I can't help but wonder sometimes with some of the terrible things that happen in our world, like, for instance, the mass shooting that's happened in the US this week, but even, day-to-day things like kids bullying other kids. I can't help but wonder whether we could stop some of that simply by teaching our children to be more kind. So I think that's a fundamental thing that parents need to be doing. And sometimes we lose track of that. As parents, and there's research to back this up, as parents we tend to focus on our children's achievements and we tend to focus on making sure that they're happy. And we don't sometimes give as much importance and value to, are our children being kind to other people? Are they including other people? Do they have the skills and the know-how to make sure that they're caring for others in their life? Or perhaps even random strangers. It's something that we all need to make sure we're focusing on with our kids. So, look, there's lots of ways to do that. First and foremost, are you asking your kids about it? Are you sometimes asking the question, did you do anything that was kind today? Did you help anyone out? If you see them do something, are you stopping and pulling them up and going, wow, I really love the way you just helped that child climb the playground, or whatever it might have been that they were doing. So that's the first thing that we can do is, as parents, to build it in our children, is make sure that we're making it a priority in our children's lives. The next thing we can do is to make sure that we're encouraging our children to do simple things like honour commitments they make. If they join a sporting team, they need to stay being a member of that team for the rest of the year or the season, whatever it might be. That they need to think about their friendships and how they're interacting with people. So we take the time to do those sorts of things. I think it's also fundamental that we think about what we do as parents. Are we actually modelling kindness and compassion ourselves in the things that we do? And are our children seeing that? And are we letting them know that we've done that? So as parents, we need to think about the things that we're doing as well. The last thing, the way that I really like to teach kindness and compassion to kids is with the concept of buckets. So some people may have come across this before. This book, Have You Filled a Bucket Today? And there's another one that I have as well, How Full is Your Bucket? And it's a really useful concept, I find, for teaching children about kindness and compassion towards others. So the bucket idea is this sense that we're all born with an invisible bucket, and that bucket, in essence, is how we feel about ourselves. And we can do things ourselves to fill our buckets, but other people can also do things to help us fill our buckets. And when we have a full bucket, we're feeling good about ourselves, essentially. So I love these books for teaching that concept and helping children understand that it's part of their jobs as human beings to try and fill other people's buckets and think about ways that they can do that. Simple things like offering a compliment to someone, giving a smile to a stranger as you walk by, helping out in the classroom when you see somebody's a bit stuck or struggling. Simple things that children can do, but they need to know that that's something that matters. And if they're not getting any kind of praise or reinforcement for doing so, they're less likely to do it. I think all children are born with, most children at least, are born with the capacity for empathy. But it's something that we need to nourish, because we also have that competing demand of wanting to just go with our own impulses. You know, I want this, and we can be very egocentric as well, particularly as younger people. So we've got to take the time to nourish that empathic part of us, and know that that's an important part of being us, I guess. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives some ideas on ways that we can help our children to be kind and nice to others around them. I know some children struggle with this a little bit more than others, so if you're finding that your child is struggling with care and compassion towards other people, perhaps, you know, they're getting in fights, or that they have a tendency to be a little bit mean to other children and can be very egocentric, I'd certainly encourage you to seek some help from a psychologist with that. Certainly the psychologists at Cassidy Psychology can assist with that. But just keep doing those simple things that I've talked about today, and I'm sure you'll see a real improvement in your child's capacity for care and compassion towards others. So that's all for now. As always, here at Cassidy Psychology, we're working together with you to help you flourish and thrive. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll look forward to coming to everyone again next week. Bye for now.